Kiwi, and welcome back to a new episode. Today we are going to go back to the impact site and buy ourselves some time for enemies to respawn in both the forest navel and the distant spring. We'll do the impact site today and clear this area out, and then in the next episode, or in the next day, we'll likely go back to the forest navel and collect whatever parts we can from there, and then we'll head back to the distant spring. I need to do a certain strategy on the distant spring before the end of day 15, lest we find ourselves in a very pickly situation, to say the least. If you know, you know. If you don't know, all the better to you until you do know, in which case, panic, panic, stress, stress, you know the works. In this area today, we are going to be prioritizing blues, as they will be the only Pikmin really that can easily access the source of our final part, which is kind of waterlocked, if you will. That said, I guess it doesn't hurt to have some extra numbers, so I'll take a red here, no yellow pellets. We'll keep this yellow trained on these pellets so that... Honestly, actually, you know what? Good idea. Get some nectar. Good idea, buddy. So maybe it doesn't really matter if I have this red doing anything. We'll just have him take out pellets to propagate more blue. And I'll prioritizing taking whatever blue pellets we get to get them up. We only need like 40, I would say, not even necessarily to meet the weight limit of the item, simply just because we'll want them to break things down pretty quickly. And actually, you know what? I do need a couple yellows for the sake of having bomb throwers to bust open a door. I don't need that many, mind you, just enough to say we did. So we'll let this yellow take out these pellets, and then you can go for that. And then, you know what? Actually, good idea. You can go build up this little getaway. Yeah, a nice straightforward bit of building. I don't think I can get the reds to destroy the wall from over there, so we'll just have whatever reds we have building this. It'll get us access to a very quick bolstering of blue Pikmin once we get, I think it's only a 10er, but 10 more Pikmin is still a lot more Pikmin. Yeah, this will be perfect. We'll send all of the blues that way. Get the blues on here, and together with the reds, they should build it up pretty quickly. And then we get some more blue sprouts. Yeah, the impact site is by far the nicest, friendliest area in the game, considering there are actually no enemies that are able to kill Pikmin here, aside from, I guess, the clams. Never mind, the clams can absolutely kill Pikmin, now that I think about it, but the clams were probably one of the scariest enemies to me as a kid. Just the ability that they had of being effectively a wall that your Pikmin could not touch. Looks like we're getting that blue pellet transported, so we should have the number we need very quickly soon. Means today should go pretty quickly, and since I'm not looking to bolster Pikmin numbers in any substantial order, we'll probably finish this area pretty early on in the run. All right, that's gonna give us a whole lot of blues. Oh, there, traffic jam, traffic jam. You guys move? You guys move? There we go. Oh, more traffic jam. Oh, my goodness, this is unfortunate. This is funny. I've never seen that happen before to that extent. Well, okay, that should easily bolster our blues up to just shy of what we need. I wonder, we'll get some nectar, although those guys are gonna immediately drink the nectar, so I can't even use it. I'm gonna try and go for this 10 pellet again, or this next 10 pellet. I think there is a little water spout that I can get Pikmin to open up so that I can, there it is, okay, they found it. So we'll pluck these blues. We'll shoot ourselves up there, we'll grab the 2 other blue pellets, and then we're gonna go crushing a clam, if you will. So maybe, again, it might be worthwhile getting a couple more yellows. It might be. We don't really need that many, just enough to throw some bombs. Any other free pellets around here? Here are some. All right, we'll have we'll get a couple more yellows just to make sure that I don't have to backtrack too heavily here. That should work out fine for us. Oh, we have one more yellow, perfect. I'll let you collect your pellet first, and then we'll throw you there. Okay, that should give us more than enough yellows for all of the bomb rocks we need, and then we can prioritize getting these other 2 pellets here. We'll nectar everyone up, we'll go get the last part, and then we'll be done with the impact site pretty darn quickly. The spout should be somewhere around here. I think there it is. Perfect. Okay, so let's get our first 10 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then I don't need to count for this. Here we go. Perfect. All right, that will give us more than enough blues. In the meantime, I can collect my yellows and start bombing open some doors. And this might buy us some time so that Pikmin, the blues that we just sprouted, at the very least, can generate some buds, if not full-blown flowers. 6 is likely enough, I imagine. Go ahead and get your bombs. I wish they would each target a different bomb so that you didn't have to like wait for a whole army of yellows to pick one bomb. One Pikmin gets it, they deactivate, and then kind of rinse and repeat. Would be a little bit preferable to how it plays out, but it is what it is. Pikmin 1 is notorious for some mechanical jank, and we still love it despite its flaws. At least I certainly still love it despite its flaws. Hands down, one of my most, I would call it comfort games until I really think about it objectively and realize, maybe not actually. Pikmin definitely causes more stress than I probably needed to. All right, easy peasy. And now we just wait for the wall to fall, we collect our army, and we go squatting some clam. Linguine and clams was like one of my go-to favorite dishes from when growing up. My mom would usually get canned clam sauce, but then she got in the habit of making it herself. Either form I quite like, but I do admit I kind of like the canned form a bit more. I think just it probably had some sugar and a lot of salt in it, unlike my mom definitely is a healthier cooker than getting a canned pre-made something or other, so that makes sense. But I certainly did love that dish as a kid, and getting it restaurant quality is also kind of its own thing. Absolutely phenomenal from restaurant quality clam sauce. And to my mom's credit, she did do a very good job of getting pretty close to the flavor the restaurants produce. It's not actually a very hard sauce to make. Get canned clams, not even like clam sauce, just canned clams, and then you do a mixture of lemon juice and parsley and olive oil and some butter if you feel so inclined. I myself found a recipe that I was quite pleased with. I made it once, it was great. I made it a second time, used way too much of the fats, and I got really sick from it because I decided to eat the entire thing. And that was a horrendous mistake. Left me in a severe state of gastric distress for far longer than well, I guess exactly as long as it should have, given the content of what I ate, but it was avoidable. It was definitely avoidable. I found the positron generator. By combining batteries with solar cells, this machine can generate incredible amounts of electricity. What a timely find. Those instant space noodles will taste better heated up. Wait, so have you been eating like raw space noodles or just with like cold water? I assume you can. I have no reason to think you couldn't make pasta or noodles with cold water, but that just sounds so awful. As a soup enjoyer myself, I have to say my favorite way to enjoy soup is with it cooked to the point of just shy of burning my flesh off. I love really hot soups. Obviously I let them cool until I can consume them, but I have a bad habit of whenever I make soup, immediately burning my tongue on the first taste test because I don't wait for anything. My tongue must have so much scar tissue on it by now, along with the rest of my esophagus. Positron generator. This electric generator is so powerful that if you approach it carelessly, you'll get an electric shock. I have now recovered 16 parts, 13 more to go. We're making really good time on the day. Anyway, so there we go. The impact site is complete. May as well go collect the extra Pikmin now that this area is done, and just dump them into the wilds, never to be seen again, ignored and unloved for the rest of time immemorial. And we don't want to leave any buds, because those buds will be a mark of failure on our end slate. I don't actually know where, there must be a bud somewhere else, because it counted one as sprouted, despite our tally being otherwise. We were like 99.9% all Pikmin dead. We had one sprouted Pikmin that was not dead, and I don't know where it is. But we can comfortably say these guys are not going to be amongst those numbers. You guys have fun with the watermelon bug. Look at them go. All right, go to sunset. That was a quick day. The impact site is so nice. It's just a nice place to you always come back here if you need to regenerate Pikmin number, because there are so many pellets. There are there's no threat of death. The Mamuta, the big like white enemy with the slappy hands, can't actually kill Pikmin. He can only like pat them into the ground. And then the water wraith, as long as you fight it with blue Pikmin, you could kill it with a single blue Pikmin because it can't damage them. So it's a very safe area. Until you just decide, well, I'm gonna make it unsafe and leave all of your Pikmin behind, because that is the morbid nature of this challenge, if nothing else. 12 days since impact. It is very strange. The scenery of this planet, which I once found hostile, now sometimes strikes me as surprisingly serene. Watching hundreds of Pikmin die mercilessly against the predators of this world has not affected me in the slightest. Perhaps the Pikmin have opened my heart to the beauty of this world. Ah, the beauty of the food chain. I understand that. I even started thinking there were some parts I do not need. A daydream. Yeah, so there are 5 parts, I believe, in this game that are non-crucial parts to the ship. You can leave them behind, but the story behind some of them really feels kind of bad. Like the gifts that he got from his children. Like, there's such a beautiful sense of nostalgia from the story that Olimar crafts in his ship log that it feels really bad to leave those behind. Anyway, we are heading back to the Forest Naval as per our plan. Our starting strategy will be to head back to an area where there were some shearwigs, collect them. Now, I'm going to do a quick scan of the map. I see a part off in the horizon that's pretty close to base, so I won't prioritize getting that. I think it takes 30 Pikmin, I want to say. We have the 40 Pikmin, the one that requires 40 blue Pikmin off in the watery area, and then we have the 2 pieces that are kind of walled off over here. Realistically speaking, I'm not going to be able to get both of them, but if I were to, I think this takes 15 or 20 Pikmin. So what I'm going to try and do is get 20 of each color, or yeah, 20 of each color. Or yeah, because we'll need to get this one too. So we want to get, if I want this to work out the way it would ideally work out, I need 40 blue, 20 yellow, 20 red is how I think this would play out. There's no way we're going to be able to do that in a day because I'm just not that good. But, and the other issue is simply the fact that we do not have any really good starting options for propagation. The pellets that spawn in this area don't spawn until pretty much halfway through the day. What we're going to do is, where's the yellow? Do we have a yellow here somewhere? There's a yellow somewhere on the map, isn't there? Where is it? Oh, it's all the way over here where I burned one alive to a crisp. Unfortunate. That really actually kind of ruins my plan for how I wanted to start the day. But actually, no, it doesn't. There are shearwigs that spawn in this area too, so this is fine. This is actually, this yellow is kind of a hero because it reminded me that we can get these guys over here. So I think what I do is I kill them first, and then I send someone back to base. I have these guys start carrying them back. Don't want to get this blue caught up in that, so we'll toss you over here for safety. I'm gonna try and kill. Wait, where are you going? Why are you not carrying that thing? Hold on. Oh my goodness, that was a little spooky. That was a little spooky, not gonna lie. What I want to do is try and kill these shearwigs so that I can get you guys prioritized on the blue since we're gonna need the most of them. Easier said than done. Line up the shot. There we go. Beautiful. They're so interested in the red that they're ignoring the blue that's just kind of hanging out here collecting corpses. We'll kill this other shear grub. We collect a yellow. We collect our yellow sprout now. All right, and then we'll need bomb rocks. Actually, I think I can't remember, but I believe I opened this door in the previous instance of this area. So I think what we do is let's have that other shearwig spawn and we'll have this yellow start carrying it back. Where did you go, bud? Where are you? Where are you? You followed our friends this way, so I assume over here? Well, I can't find it, so we'll just take this shear grub for now and come back later. We're gonna go heal because, as always, I took a ton of damage from that shearwig. And then let's see. What? Oh wow! It came all the way to base. That's actually fantastic for us. I'm gonna go ahead and kill you right in base. That works out wonderfully well for us. All right, I need 20 of everyone, prioritizing blues. Blues will be kind of the crux of our strategy here. Did I destroy this wall? Did I destroy this wall? I did. Okay, so we can get the part that's in the corner over there pretty easily then. Yellow is almost back, so what I'm gonna do is call back this blue. Call this blue. Come on, come on, come on. And we'll have you grab this shearwig. And then this red here can grab this pellet, since again, we do need 20 reds. I'll turn off the beeping now that I remember that's a problem. We'll pluck as many Pikmin as we can. Now, I'm not sure if we need bomb rocks to break open walls, but we absolutely need bomb rocks to take out some enemies. I think we're in a good spot. We're in a relatively good spot, all things considered. So here's what we're gonna do. I've got a plan. So we have now like 5, if not 6 red Pikmin. We send all 6 of those against a fiery blowhog. That fiery blowhog will die slowly over time, but that will probably give us enough reds to complete our first goal. So let's go get these guys going on that fiery blowhog. There are only 4, but 4 I have confirmed is more than enough to slowly whittle away one of these guys while I deal with everything else. So there we go. They'll, over time, once they're aggroed onto that thing, they will not stop fighting it until it is dead or they are dead. And as long as it doesn't go running away to the water and fling them into the water, that should not be a problem. Now let's go collect our yellows and get a kind of let's figure out where we are in terms of number. I think what we do next is we take the Pikmin that we currently have. We have 2 more reds. Let's go collect the other shearwigs and put them into blues, I think, is the best course of action here. So, to do that, we go over this way. There are shearwigs that spawn over here. We'll dismiss everyone so we don't have any tragic casualties of accidental nature. There are 4 of them, which means we can get a whole lot. We can get 12 Pikmin off of just these 4 guys, which is quite good for us. We just need to make sure that we don't lose one. I actually killed one on my own. Excellent. Grab our Pikmins, come over here. We're a little slow because no one's flowered. Bail out so we don't get anyone eaten. That blue one was a little bit of a hero there, potentially. If I throw them from behind, they're not likely gonna get caught. Oh my goodness. Well, that's unfortunate. Please, not again, not again, not again. Ah, well, that was very much not according to plan, as I think was pretty obvious. But it is what it is. All right, we're getting 12 back. We lost 3, but we're getting 12 back. It's not the end of the world. It's just a little frustrating, I suppose. I've got a couple more Pikmin. No, you are going to blue. Okay, what? Actually, I guess I do need more yellow, so go ahead and take that. Yeah, that's fine. And 1 red on this, and now we have just a small army. Let's go grab some bomb rocks and try and take out some of these blowhogs. They'll be a good source of extra... What's the word? Extra bodies? Extra, yeah, I guess extra body count. We'll send the other red Pikmin that way. All right, so the blues can't do anything. Let's get these blues to pluck some nectar, I guess. And we'll have these guys grab 3 bomb rocks. That will be enough to kill 1.5 blowhogs. I hear that the blues already got nectar and started eating it, unfortunately. Would have preferred that they saved it for an army, but you know, I am glad that in later games they made it so 1 Pikmin cannot consume an entire army's worth of nectar. Having it be a flat 10 makes it at least predictable and reliable, so I'm comfortable with that being the way they went the route of. All right, let's see. 1 bomb. And then 2 bomb. Perfect. All right, so let's get the yellows on these. Actually, let's just have you toss your bomb on this guy over here, because he's going to be a problem anyway. And then we'll have you guys harvest the body. And that should be 2 fiery blowhogs, both going back to base now. Or that one dropped things that attracted the reds into other... Oh well. I guess since this one's already kind of half dead, why don't we go ahead and have them take this one out? And I threw them to its side that way to try and get it to face towards our base so it doesn't fling them into the water. There's still no guarantee they don't get flung into the water, but it's certainly more promising than where it started facing from. All right, we've got some more pellets. Where are we at Pikmin count-wise? We are at a good number of blues. I don't think we're quite at 40 yet. Honestly, out of everything, I probably prioritize getting the things out of water, and then I can access them with whatever number of Pikmin I have later. All right, we're definitely bumping up our counts very quickly, which is good. I don't think we're quite where we need to be, though, unfortunately. Let's see. We've got good pellet spawns here. We've got that part over there. We've got more yellows to pluck. Hopefully we have enough. The thing about optimizing for that one part that's super out of the way is we just don't have enough time in the day for it. So I probably just go all in on blues at this point and prioritize around that. So let's get some blues plucking these pellets. And try and break this thing open for the nectar. Got it? All right, I guess we'll just... It landed right on top of the army, so I just tried to get whatever I could out of it. Unfortunately, didn't quite get what I needed. I'm not fully certain where we are on blue count, but we must be close now. I'm pretty sure we must be close. We still have that blowhog to harvest too, mind you. The fact that we're only at 46 Pikmin and have a fair number of blues and reds makes me suspicious that we're still lacking pretty heavily in blue count. But I think what we do here is... Let's get the blues to carry this blowhog back. That should definitely bump up our number more than enough, I think. That blowhog's almost dead. We can start getting that back to base. And then I think what we do at this point is let's see what our blue count is at and try and get that one piece that's in the water back towards base. I think it needs 25 Pikmin altogether, so we're still a little bit short, but we're not terribly short, and I can at least get some other parts back to base in the meantime. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and pluck everyone we can. We'll save blues for last because that's where most of the pieces are going, or most of the pellets are going. And then I think if we can at least build the bridge, and get those parts out of water, today will be a pretty monumental success for our overall performance, I would say. The biggest concern is the Wollywogs that are guarding that big 40 Pikmin count water piece. But we should have enough blues by now, I think. Hopefully. What I do is, let's count how many blues we have. I think that's what we do first. Partition them out. There's our blues. Here's what we do. You know what? We have 27 right now. Other things are carrying them back. Let's go grab this part over here. Get that on the move. If we can get it out of the water, then we will be in a very good spot for later to harvest it fully once it's not got water between itself and our base. So that's the first thing we do. I found my #1 Ionium Jet. Unfortunately, this puts out a slightly odoriferous exhaust, but it does propel me to escape velocity in an instant. The stench is a small price to pay for such performance. Oh, it only took 15 Pikmin. We'll get that moving back to base very quickly. Okay, perfect. I was waiting because I had a feeling someone's going to link to that, and we got a fair number of them off of it. That might have been me whistling them, admittedly. Okay, we're making very good progress, I think. Hopefully that part doesn't get stuck on a wall. In the meantime, a Pikmin got stuck on a wall. Okay. Good. Oh, shoot. Did not mean to do that. Although it's out of water now, so we're probably good. I think we shift our forces to a different priority now. I'll get it a little bit closer because we need to go pluck. We'll have it harried for as long as it takes us to pluck, and may as well grab these pellets while we're at it. I definitely think we can at least get that big part out of the water, which, honestly, if we can accomplish that again, getting everything onto land and closer to base will help us substantially. Because then it doesn't matter which color I pick, and I don't have to prioritize getting 40 Pikmin when I can just 40 blue Pikmin when I can just get 20 blue Pikmin, or not even any blue Pikmin, because we'll need it for those parts still. There's still one in the water that I think needs 25 blues, but that's a significantly lesser number. So we've got a nice sizable army. We've got some more blues on the way back. We've got like 20 carrying that part. Just need to get a good sense of how many blues we have, because do we have enough? We've got 28 there, and then that is 16. So we have at least 40. So yeah, let's go ahead and grab these blues. We're gonna try and nectar them, I think. Honestly, I bring the whole army, I think, because that way I can get them to start building bridge after I get the blues moving that part. Let's see, that's 64 right there. There's one blue that decided to be a hero and do his own journey. That's fine. The hero's journey is never inappropriate. It's often inappropriate, actually. Let's see if I can just snag this guy with the yellow. Perfect. Okay, whole bunch of nectar here. Grab as much as we can. Nectar for everyone. Okay, that's great. Every single Pikmin except for the one that decided. Never mind. Some Pikmin still decided not to grab the nectar. Whatever. It is what it is. All right. So, with that said, we've still got a fair few enemies that could serve as propagation sources for later on. That blowhog is dead. I probably wasted it. I didn't need it, clearly. But here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move everyone over here so that they don't get distracted by other parts that they can bring back to base. We'll collect these blues. 46, that's more than enough. I just have to make sure the Wollywog is kited in our favor. Hello, sir, if you don't mind going this way. We'll kite everyone in a circle and get them onto this part. I'm gonna go ahead and have these frogs follow me this way. Eventually the Pikmin will pick up that piece. Come on, please, 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 focus on me, focus on me. All right, we'll have them do one more big hop in my general direction, and then we'll go start focusing on that bridge. Perfect, okay, that went exactly as intended, which is not often something I can say, unfortunately. Let's go ahead and get these guys all the way. Oh no, I never finished breaking this wall. All right, I still think we just send the army on it. I'll try and distract this blowhog. I am not doing a very good job of distracting this blowhog, despite it somehow not lighting any of our Pikmin on fire. Come after me, sir. Once these... Oh, they already got it out of the water? Brilliant. Okay, let's go grab those other blues. Let's go grab those other blues. No one saw that. They definitely weren't having a little bit of a struggle with that bridge there, with that set of stairs there. This is still fine. This is so good for us, actually. We've gotten all of our land parts open. We have a blowhog that's probably going to threaten our Pikmin. We have not come close to breaking down that door. Actually, now we're a little bit closer. Okay. So definitely suboptimal, the fact that I forgot that this wall still needed to be broken, but if we can break it down, even a couple steps on the bridge is a landmark improvement for us. I have somehow set ourselves up for failure and not failed, despite the fact. They hurt. That fire hurts. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we'll at the very least we get this wall taken down, and then we're in a pretty decent spot. We can prioritize that section next time, although if I can get a little bit of stuff on the bridge, great. If I can't, probably not going to happen, realistically speaking. You know, we weren't super far out of the way. I could have probably optimized to grab that, I ran into that. I could have probably shoot, oh, I died, oops. Oh, well, so much for trying to damage the bridge. This is fine, though. All of our Pikmin were going to die anyway, so it's fine. It's totally fine. Now, the question is, do I come back here, or do I accept our losses? There is one more area with Shearwigs that we could farm off of, but it's a little bit out of the way. I think I'd probably go back to the distant spring and try to prioritize that first and let things respawn here so that we have an easier time. That said, let's see, we've got a couple blowhogs, we've got the Wollywogs. They're so far out of the way, but all of the parts have converged onto land except for one. Well, technically two, because one is off in a like little mountainous region that we need to build a bridge to. Nonetheless, I think we made some very good progress here. I really would have liked to have gotten that bridge going a little bit further. No matter, I think we're in a good spot. I do think we are actually in a good spot. 13 days since impact, I've been carelessly sustaining damage beyond my spacesuit's limits. My crisis transport system saved me, but I lost all of the Pikmin I had with me. I must pay closer mind to my spacesuit damage meter in the bottom left corner of the screen. I can press A by the dolphin to repair my suit. That Blowhog's AI really threw me for a loop, not gonna lie. It just kept turning around and facing different directions, and I didn't really know where it was going. Sometimes it wanted to face me, sometimes it wanted to target my Pikmin, yet somehow it was at the perfect range where it couldn't hit any of them until the very moment it killed all of us. Oh well. We'll have vengeance soon enough, I'm sure. I think Shearwigs take about 3 or 4 days to respawn. This is day 14, so in theory we should have... We did Impact Site, we did Cavern Navel. They may not... I think the first Distant Spring days, Shearwigs should have respawned. And today I would prioritize, I think, blues? But we're at the end of the episode for today. So Kiwi, I hope you've enjoyed watching, and if you're awake, I hope this is helping you fall asleep. I forgot my line. And if you're sleeping, I hope you're sleeping well. I love you. I'm glad you're enjoying the Pikmin series. It's so near and dear to both our hearts. It's such a good casual game to watch someone be very stressed about. Anyway, I love you. I will see you in the next one. Rest well, my dear.